hard work and faith to Sierra Leone way. We hold the line, come what may.
Them one set we more them, but we go shout. Now the poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we alright for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
Truth began, no they neglect anyone.
We are the voice, we are the flame. Truth will rise, they'll know our name. We are the truth and nothing else.
Truth began, we know they play.
Now for Salon, we declare the way. Tune in every day to
Truth began radio.
3.9.
Truth began radio.
3.9. Radio to media. Radio to media.
I believe that football brings us together. I believe in the power that peace can bring. Now we must all work together to bring about football for peace. Let us unite. Football for peace.
Oh, so you know, cause we're different, it don't mean we can't unite. For the game, do it right. Whether you win or lose, no matter you tribe or you kind, we can make it a better place. So play the game, share the love, let them know say we get what we want.
Unity, love, and peace on the field. One ball, one love, one goal. Even if the team different, but the aim in the game that is same. Let peace play a role.
Make we raise with glass centers for the gift of life. Connect to the power, bring peace alive. The only race.
Good afternoon and welcome to Truth Spot on Truth FM 103.9, Truth Media on Facebook and on YouTube. Mina Nene Fofana. Today on program I get with me at the studio Mustafa Danko, and Wayna, a football commentator and also a sport journalist, and I also got with me Abdullah Fila Conte, and we can look at various things that we don't they happen inside local sports and international as well. But we main discussion today get for do with the holistic support way and protection of athletes, them welfare and the different sporting sectors them not alone. But before that, make I give in some international and local updates them about matches, players them and plenty other thing them inside football. We go start with the Champions League. As all know say Champions League knockout stage they play, and we go start with the fixtures them and the results them of the games the way they don't play and some certain thing them we happen inside it. For the results them and games that we play, we go look first talk about the game between Galatasaray and that of Juventus. As Galatasaray beat Juventus 5-2 in a very intensive match, and from there we then move on to the next game between Benfica and Real Madrid. Now a match where I think we go come back to because a lot of things happen inside that match day. But more we'll go into the match between Monaco and that of PSG. Other match than the way be very very interesting. Monaco start the game with 2-0, and later as the game they go PSG we get equalizer, and later they end up for win the game. From there we go to the game between Borussia Dortmund and that of Atlanta. Borussia Dortmund we end up win the game against Atlanta 2-0. And from there we go on to Qarabağ then game against Newcastle. Newcastle we get a thrilling victory over them. Also we see Anthony Gordon be score 4 goals in that match day and be defeated by 6-1. It's say we don't see them figures then they inside Champions League in a one match, but Newcastle give them figures then they inside the Euro match. 7 goals scores in that match. From there we go to the game between Bordeaux and that of Inter. We all day we need for take a close look at Bordeaux. We don't see they don't play bigger opponent than them Man City and all, and now they don't play Inter, they don't defeat Inter, and it's quite surprising seeing a team like this where nobody expects for don't come and get an impressive performance and get a 3-1 victory over a club will reach onto the finals of last season Champions League, and if not so because Paris be winner like Inter for me don't end up win that season there, and seeing Bodo they thrill over them, big giants. So as the team really they put on them, kudos to the coach, the players them for all waiting that they do in order for win their matches. It's quite surprising, but kudos to them. And from there we go on to the game between Cluj Brugge and that of Atletico, and the game be ended in 3-3 draw. And I game will be expect Atletico for win, but unfortunately, just like Bodo, they themselves put up a very good performance and try for secure at least an edge for go on to the next fixture, because these then are 2-2 rounds that they play, and this not them home. They not allow Atletico for can walk over all of the But then from there we go to Olympiacos, then game against Leverkusen. As Bayern Leverkusen be end up win that game day 2-0. And right there we go on to the game between Real Madrid and that of Benfica. Now an interesting game be played between the two sides, and we see in that game day Madrid be end up winning by a goal scored by Vinicius Junior. You know, after the goal be scored, a lot of chaos happened, over 10 minutes of delay because of first with Vinicius in celebration, and later Vinicius accused Benfica then player when Gianluca Prestini say accuse I do a racial chants over and that is very, very disturbing, because the league they frowned at that, and a lot of other players that they frowned at that. The whole footballing community they frowned at racism. But according to Pristini, he say really talk that about Vinicius. He say Vinicius misunderstand the whole thing, not to call him monkey. Vinicius will end up get a yellow card for in celebration, not so because of the whole team, but because of in celebration. And it also raised a lot of controversy looking at Vinicius like Brazilian, and we all know say Brazilians, then most of them celebration, then get for dance. It get to the point where pundits them, a lot of fans that they say how then can't see so they kill the game, the momentum and the fun of the game. But with that all, I think say investigation they on presently for investigate the matter, and at the end of the day we go see whether or not Prestini really call Vinicius a monkey, because according to her he say not call him monkey, call him a man away na a Portuguese word of brother instead of mono. So but the thing, the controversial thing about this whole thing is that why a need for cover a mot if a need for call and just brother, but especially with the kind of disagreements where them be they get. And from there we go on to waiting happen na the Premier League yesterday. The match between Arsenal and that of Wolverhampton, and we see Wolves the bottom team. It's another record for say a bottom team win over a big team where the team where they lead the table in that kind of way they wherein Arsenal starts for win the game with 2-0, and later they bottle the 2 goals and it end up in a 2-2. They end up with 1 point. But Arsenal down they lead now the table instead of 7 points if them be win yesterday. Now we don't go down to 2 points with Man City. A day to 6 points. Man City get game in hand, so the possibility for Man City winning high, and Arsenal go only left with 2 points ahead of the league table. Where Arsenal don't debut to the league for the past 2-3 seasons, and it's quite disappointing for fans them and all. And if you look at the next game, then they get tougher opponents them, because they get for play London Derby, then get in London Derby between and Tottenham. When at Tottenham they host, and they therefore go all the way in at Tottenham then stadium from there, and then get for play again another rival team when at Chelsea. And a big game, so it's a tough match from Arsenal with only 2 points leading the Premier League table. Arsenal fans, how they feeling? They like una still get upset this season una go end up win, or una they engat say it's another season of bottling and Netflix FC as they can normally call we. Me seven an Arsenal fan, but I'm going on to the next updates. We'll go and look at a bigger team as well when Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid are one of the biggest club in Europe and world football, and then head coach when Simeone get a solid style of play, and a lot of times people then they call him say they play around ball because of in defensive masterclass. But this time around they get a bad run at the Champions League as they're not able to keep no clean sheets in this season Champions League, as they don't concede 9 goals when are the worst ever run inside the competition so far. then concede a lot of goals. Then concede 3 against Liverpool, and then concede 4 against Arsenal, and that quite disappointing. Lost to Inter and other clubs them. And why do they talk on them? Out of the bad gun where they get players, then the skill as well. A popular player Anton Griezmann don't make him he don't get in 12, he don't score in 12 consecutive Champions League games them, and he don't join the likes of Messi, Benzema, Lewandowski, Ronaldo as well. He get a thrilling run, and kudos to him. He's a very good player. He's one of the legends then at the club, and I know say even if he left the club in footprints left there forever, as they consider him a legend. From there, Alvarez will don't become a good part of them projects as well. Rumors they were that they try for renew Alvarez in contract at the club, that he go sign a new contract. The club don't offer him a contract, so hopefully he go sign. But then again, where Alvarez left Man City, rumors then be done they say bigger clubs than they Barcelona get interest, Arsenal, but we see and say end up in Atletico. And also why is in contract issue they go on. See clubs and get interest in them. Barca still get interest with her, Manchester United, Chelsea, and also Arsenal that they look at the player for sign them. So the question is, Unafi say therefore renew with Atletico, or we go see and move to one of them clubs there. So and from there we'll get some injury boost for team them, and good news for Lionel Messi fans them, as we know say we get injury the past few weeks, but he return back to training ahead of this opening of the MLS season where they start in March. So welcome back to popular figure of football goats, as many fans and young talent that admire they grace the pitch back very soon. And from there we go on to Barcelona. Pedri will return back and hopefully go feature in the match na Sunday, as he return to training today, full team training, and he will be ready very soon. And Pedri na a good player na Barca them projects, a very good midfielder. He don't they dominate, and get them back now. The squad will be a very good boost for them. And from there, make we go on to we look and match them. We can all the way down to Salon back, and we look at the fixtures and at the Europe Premier League this match week, as the first game get for play between FC Cologne and that of Diamond Stars, and this game they play tomorrow. And approved school field is there for play. All games at the Europe Premier League they play 4:15 sharp. Now in the games that they start. And from there they would go on to the next game there for play between Star Sports Academy and that of Lua FC. And this game you also get for play now and SLFA Academy na Kintom. From there, we go to the next game between Freetown City FC and that of Bulom Stars. This game get for playing at approved school field, and they play on Saturday. On the same Saturday as well, all Edwardians get for play with Sum Stars na SLFA Academy. For on the same Saturday, Baibuwe Warrior get for play with Slipher FC, and this game also get for play na Local Town field. Winner on Saturday, and on Saturday as well, Bo Rangers they play Abacha City, and this they happen at Boko Nation Field. And from there, Banter FC get for play against Blackpool on Sunday na approved school field. We therefore also see with our first strikers they play Port Authority the same Sunday or Slipher FC na SLFA Academy. And from there, Easter Lions get for play Cambo Eagles on Monday na approved school field. Interesting match. Easter Lions we get a training victory over mighty Blackpool and then Derby this last weekend, winner on Sunday, 2-1 victory. We'll get some transfer updates as we talk. A look at transfer. We all know say the season they on a salon and transfers then they as well. As Bo Rangers and Kipado left there, Edongo, Anthony Chinedu, Odedongo join Easter Lions till the season done for a loan. So it don't be a backup to Easter Lions. Easter Lions is a struggle goalkeeper, but we see the last game then goalkeeper will put up a very good Abubakar put up a very good performance, and now they don't add to Ram, they don't get a loan from Bo Rangers, and then they look for solidified and defense. And also they also don't sign a popular Sierra Leonean player, maybe don't go to Iceland, Israel, and also Saudi Arabia, but don't return come back. Easter Lions don't sign a winner Kwame Queen. So Kwame Queen don't they play for Easter Lions, they don't add to the squad, and with the experience that the midfield I should say it will be a very good one for Easter Lions. And from there, we dey go on to the women's. This way it's a little bit complicated between Easter Lions, FC Calon and that of Mongwemo Queens. As these two teams they say they don't sign this player, yeah, so it's always they happen at Salon that two teams then can always get issue for one certain player there. And this now Senegalese player when Fatmata Dauda Nabi reports don't come out say both Mongwemo Queens FC and FC Calon female team don't sign them. So whose team therefore end up play whose team the player therefore end up play with, we go see where the second leg of the Women's Premier League they start when at the 28th. And from there make we quickly celebrate with former Sierra Leone captain when Stephen Coker as he don't become an assistant manager na a Turkish team where na Konyaspor and in they put up a go starting career. When a good thing for na be a very good defender. I play for team there like Tottenham, Liverpool, and we also see can represent Salon, and he be also represent the England youth team doing in terms the way they play. Later come join Salon. So now moving footballing career to the next level and into managerial level, and hopefully we will see how one day can coach the Leon Stars team as in really get passion for develop young stars them, and he be make this post now in social media handle. So we wish him all the best, and we hope for see one day for can coach the Sierra Leone national team. And make we go on to the main topic of discussion now. Like I say, I get with me at the studio Mohamed Mustafa Dakoa, and they can normally call him Dakus, and from when I'm a football commentator and also a sport journalist. And I get with me Abdullah Fila Conte, when I'm a sports analyst. And today we can look at the holistic support and protection of athletes, them well-being in the country. Waiting athletes, how they look at athletes then at this country also, and waiting leads to a lot of things the way a lot of decisions the way athletes don't take. We look at sometimes whether they go represent we, then they run away, they know they come again. Sometimes the competition they play even the next round, they don't run away go. Most of the time are because of then they complain say Salon better no they make where then go then they can again because then he say pension no day after football or any sport say they not get pension. So it's waiting you they make now you get for save and put some powder investment and move forward. But before that, me guess then go quick look at certain issues there on the updates they were again. We go start with the international one, the one between the racism chance way besides Vinicius Junior, a lot of players and on the cried out say they happen all the time, especially with Spain. And looking at this whole thing here, so it don't they go on for a very long time. Vinny the speaker all the time. At some point people start complaining, say why always him? And it reached to the point that people they say because now in the talk now make now always with the yeri. And that's we don't become a topic of discussion all over sports in international football updates that everybody's talking about the same thing. So we self go look at first I go ask you think say really Platini called Vinicius a monkey, Abdullah Fila.
Good afternoon to viewers and listeners of this amazing sporting program. To start up, Nene, I think this is a very unfortunate situation. We don't declare over the years for CC we not get this racism issues and football. So if one day happen now, I think in one way, the whole world, all football pundits across the world, they are against this particular issue. And they send this very, very strong message, say, football for be devoid of those, issues, because we don't go past that level now. This is not a modern world, so for let we still discuss around racism. Like I said, it's very, very sad and unfortunate. Yeah. Now I'm also in that of, Vinicius Junior. A lot of people are just saying, yes, Vinicius they make complaints all the time. People they feel like say they try to blow the issue out of proportion. But when you look at the video, if you want to call somebody a brother, I don't think say you be need for put you jazzy over your mouth for speak. The sooner, a player do that, that means either I want to say something where they off the radar or something where either they communicate to a player. Now, what can lead to that situation. Now, if I pass an information to my colleague that's based on system or way I want for play, and I now let the other team read me lips and then I go for interpret waiting I say to me company player. Now, this not so incompetent player. Now, with the talk about you, they speak to another player from the other team. And if you make that claim, and remember, Kylian Mbappe was very closer to the incident, and he also already tried for support Vinicius. No one will say because they are teammates, for playing for the same Real Madrid. But I think say na a good case situation where himself makes you. And so I think say it's very, very unfortunate, and the investigation they are now, though you don't pull word now to say not really, utter such. Yeah. But when you look at the video, you look at the analysis on the video, you definitely tell that he said something off the way. I know we say he call him monkey, but I'll tell you say he says something really off the way. And pretty soon when the investigation is done, I shall say, the football governing body will pull a word with regards to Dandy, and then we will definitely continue to add a voice to them.
All right. Arika, on to that, and that goes. Looking at this situation, racism and a lot of things, and of recent, I'm not the Champions League just tonight ago when Vinicius Benfica played Real Madrid, and at the end of the game or during the game, we see a 10-minute stoppage because of some celebration drama, and of course this racism where Vinicius come out say the player in 25 jersey for Benfica winner Gianluca Prestini call him monkey. What do you think about this whole racism thing inside football, especially in the Europe?
Well, to be fair with you, the people are well aware of them. That's the first place, and anything where people are aware of the mentality, the everything about this race, they bring a problem to the game. But it is good again that then they pick plenty up because playing football, it not only means say now for go and satisfy yourself. Playing football, one they play for even you name, you can't your name, and even for satisfy the own lookers them. We're very, very much good. We're most of the academy teachers for them guys here. No, they tell them, say, if you go another big stage, you get for go by the norms, then no say it exists. Then no say in any situation where human being find himself, it is time for, it's time for demoralize and make himself inferior, and that's it right across Europe. But they want use football for let them see, say, then teach people them, say, yes, there is a whole need when people they come together, not to a war, maybe sometimes a war of supremacy, but it is just something for bring people and come together and get a good feeling about the game itself. Where they need for teach people them, but the racism, even any part, but the people are very, very much aware that football, now one thing where they bring people and come together, and one use them for let it be say nobody no feel inferior than the other race, because just like how Phila say, the days for the kind mentality, then it is over, because some of their mentality then they bring a whole problem into the human race. So they want keep on say, being that football, the how people take football for B and how they embrace football for B, it gets a lot of teachings, and then they say football now the entertainment where they bring everybody come on board, and within the message could pass easily. They're aware of them, now make them desensitize every minute. And in the case of the player where do that one day, definitely there is something. The media is so powerful. They take media just like the sports media, but a whole thing up on our stadium day. You say every aspect, every player that I feel they get a coverage. Every player. So if you see, even when because the coverage them all not come together. Now from the playing center, they try to pick up say this is say something way obvious, way not correct to waiting and defect against where for be racism as at all. We're very, very much good. And if you watch them, they try for filter them, even Vinicius in celebration, they filter them because then they create an atmosphere at the stadium because of the goodness of sports. Get all the cameras then, even Vinicius in celebration. Me go see them say, correct. Because if you play home and away, some of them here can tell them, but over ambitiousness and over seriousness and even the same mentality, we don't see players they don't go find. Adebayo was one typical example. Yeah. When he left British Arsenal, he went to Tottenham Hotspur. When he celebrated across which of course they don't want them. And FIFA is careful say even celebration it is limited.
Yeah.
You understand? We are in Anogo Butupa my opponent. We don't want to know correct at all. So sport, it is really speaking volume, and then one use sport for letting really sensitize the world. But it was good that the stadium where everything go on, but all in and you picking even the one again for they see say there was camera right around and there were people behind those cameras and they bring those footages for the world to pick exactly and get for help even the but he says something way obvious.
Nene, for add to waiting a brother they say into the studios, you know, when something they happen repeatedly, you know, it moves from being just an incident to being a pattern. I think people need to understand that, because if this thing they happen repeatedly with this particular individual, it means people are not they feel like say this we can do maybe get. So my question is now is we think say maybe sanction or ban enough for this particular maybe racism chant or issues, because the clear message is racism has no place in football. Then I want to all over the world for understand say racism not get part of football. We've moved from that level, and this is you know, the century way. A lot of things they happen quickly and we they see interactions, and but I feel like say a lot need for be done rather than just like what they say a ban or just a sanction and all, and because they need for make a statement, people will follow on or will they regulate the game. So as well with Vinicius Junior, himself as an individual gets a responsibility, because if you are always being faced with such an issue, Nene, it means you also have to carry yourself well. Now before this time, we know we get issues with regards to celebration. But remember, even Kai Kamara, Sierra Leone International, they don't give him a card due to one form of celebration. Yes, over the years, people let me get when you score, all man go say you want for celebrate in a way where you think say you deem fit, but you get offensive celebrations them where they provoke certain things
Brazilian, them. And
yes,
we all know say Brazilians that when it comes to the celebration, they like for dance and do them body.
No, but where are you going to do it? Because you cannot do it against the opponent. You know, because this is opposition, and you need for do something within the laws. And then I make the referee be very, very much correct. And I think saying I make, if you watch, I just repeat myself, say, media, they play a great role, because this is man to media. Remember the VAR, they all get for 5 of them are in that room. Then get the plasma. Then they view all waiting to happen. Then they view one incident and then they view from all angles. You understand? Then they view from all angles.
You know, the issue with the celebration, I think, say, the football governing body, now before like, specifically puts out some of these celebrations.
No,
I'm just saying the pattern. You get, I know. You get the one the way, like what they say, the pattern of dressing or the pattern of dancing. Because somebody can dance, somebody can shake, but the pattern in which they do them. So you get all down the way, get for do message, now you shirt and other things. Then, but I think so they need to come back more on the area of movement, body movement, I mean, Dakus, not only on the message or whatever, because when you look at Kamara, now that kind of, it just butu, like when they shake like a woman. So one go say, okay, but these are just, you know mean for hot other person, but it can be interpreted differently, especially when you're playing away. And how some players, you know, they happen all the players, them. Like when you say, it go happen with Cunha, everybody say alike, because Cunha has not, you know, got that kind of issue around racism around them. But you as Vinicius Junior, you've had this issue going on for over years. And so you must understand even how you conduct it. There is an issue. Yeah, he's a very good player. But even when sometimes they offend him in terms of maybe gets a tackle with him in reaction, I think that thing they need for manage. The manner in which they react will happen around them.
Yeah, you are right.
At some point I can think say maybe they overreact to certain issues.
No. There is something about cheating. The game itself, they made them bring all their camera here. It involved a lot of cheating. You understand? Zidane went to Materazzi went to it was first Zidane. You know, some of them players here if you are temperamented, I can come, I tell you something. But if you are trained by a good coach, you know, a boxer can come and whisper something, and your opponent is. It is just pattern of psychological for get you off your way, for keep you off your concentration. Well, Vinicius is one player who gets that replay for really, if he come, it capitalize on you one time. And remember, football, I cannot be the man marking you. Definitely within seconds, I be you you feel comfortable. But he's one individual, himself go get for do you something, because football is all about cheating. He go try for do you something, when you go get off your guard, then you go be caught wanted. And he good in that. That's a clear cut something. But the fact remains here, opponents can like for do them thing in it to the opponents them for them get them way easily. And he's one player, because we see Zidane when he headbutt Materazzi, it was because Zidane guy for tell Materazzi something, but it was a jokey. So now Materazzi extended him to something where he irritating to Zidane. And only Zidane can repeat that statement. So the only satisfaction at that time, it was for him, out of temperament, use his headbutting, and he was caught, and Zidane was caught, and Zidane was shown a red card. And Zidane was forced by FIFA and UEFA to see how best he can beg for his action. Because one part in anything, you know, a star, you know, a legacy. You understand? For picking them when they come up, for that kind of incident where you do the headbutting. But some players definitely waiting happen. So Vinicius, I am not siding him. I don't support Real Madrid. But in a one individual, where you say, let me use the human words or psycho for let take this man off. In concentration, in man marking mentality for I get me way. So use that one. And if you watch Real Madrid, they are very, very much good in that. All of them. When you watch the way they dive, the way they do certain things in a certain area, and we are just natural people and we let them within the win-win NTR. But the fact remains, definitely some of them players they specialize in cheating.
All right, make we move on to another issue. I think so we don't exhaust this one a lot. Moving into the issue, this is not a national issue. Often of time, whether a community leagues them in terms of the main leagues, na Salon, the Division 1 league, that we can always say the issue of this player signed for 2-3 clubs, this player signed for this club is signed for this player signed for this is signed for this. I start with Dakus, because you know a commentator, you don't did not the field all the time, and also you know a sport journalist with a wealth of experience as well. What do you think say now the issues surrounding this whole thing? Is it that now the club the issue, now the player the issue, or is it now the issue of the FA? We make all the time this they happen of this club signing this player, this other clubs have don't sign and this other one don't sign him.
Well, you are right, because this is just a matter of where Motama no get satisfied mind in the first place, because human race. But the fact remains, the mini league mentality, the FA fail for see our best. Then go come in and teach. This was why one secretary, the general secretary will be the Football Federation. They use certain things, then forget at a certain people them. You know, everything about football was in secrecy, which was very, very much bad. The FIFA statutes, the CAF statutes, all the statutes and then at the shelf. When it comes to election, at the time, people the statutes them. But for players, for signing for one community, come and jam the organizers their head. Then one day, he into the community players, and one thing, even the Football Federation, they don't ever pull a guide as to how they practice football. So everybody, they just do things. Even now, yes. When some communities, where people don't pull, some Premier League don't pull, statements say, we they pay, we play them. So no go to mini league, you go pick injury day, don't you come, we pay you by month. Even now, when they say mini league, you understand? Because of the coverage of the mini league by fans, they go there. When they say the new management of a so club, I mean, you see the players them. Now then they move, you know, then they make themselves attracted to their managers, then they give them. Then if you see he can sign for money now, believe you me, the 2-3 days now, you know, they show up, they go begin to put the organizers them by a headache, then go use players them on the obvious for use them, per matches them where Indon can take money. So everything about football that is country, it is not managed at the actual way. You know, players and they sign contracts, they don't know what you mean by contracts. Then player wouldn't they pay. With impunity, they sit on our house, you know, say, for example, this team this club they pay them. And the manager and the fall apart, the day they train, then they go join this other team then training. Then the issue arrives, so where this Bobo for Mighty Blackpool, some fans they get at him. when are the Blackpool goalkeeper. He think say Lounge desperation for goalkeeper, then it go that the wilderness. Then he go to the wilderness of Eastern Lounge. Then he come on back. How for heaven's sake, education pays a lot. And in anything we do, believe you me, education pays a lot because of lack of understanding. Watch players them, how then they make them international contracts. Now look Naka don't come with another different setup wherein you get forget your mobile registered system, everything get for work. It happen with players, SLFA now. They bring all them ecosystem then they for let him the rhyme. And if right now, if you go to the secretary, you take the mic to them, they go tell you the headache. And I don't see people who specialize in IT. When then they go, then they try for see our best. Then they try for still interfere with the FIFA ecosystem when with international standard and they do them. They try for still beat the system by player where in age, in this, that, all know the rhyme. We're very, very much bad. Now it is clear. If you want to change yourself, you can wake one morning, you go for a new birth certificate, this thing that just cost, you need to pay up to even 2 million. We don't want to pay. So them, it is very much
this
pathetic.
Same matter go and also make yourself add into this whole thing because of recent one female player with all the system the way SLFA don't put in place for this league here, so we see and still they get the same confusion.
Back and forth.
One player signed for Nguemo Queen and he don't sign back for FC Cologne.
Okay, so let's be very much careful in addressing this issue because as sports pundit, one thing Nene, I've been also a commentator for more than a decade, and so I've followed football religiously, not only on radio or TV. I've we follow many leagues in terms of doing commentaries, FAMSO, KOFA, and the rest of it. So the question begs: is it this a system problem? You don't entirely put the blame on the players. So like I said, it's a system problem because, for example, we are living in a modern world now, Nene. If Mountain City sign a player, I believe then maybe gets one document where the player will sign, and then get somebody who will take a picture of this player. Waiting next for do now for make that thing there available. Now this new space, because somebody will call it social media space, but make them available so the new space say we've signed Dakwa $25,000 football not to that game of the way they say entirely secrecy. No, when you don't sign somebody, you get some contract and you then go say undisclosed, but then they tell you say Man United don't sign this player for so and so and so time or for so and so and so amount. If you want for even keep the money, una can do that. So I think if we start for begin do that, it will prevent a whole lot of issues then, because one thing we for know Nene, now that even picture with man and very, very technical in dealing with this picture. When you snap a picture, you get what to call the original date when you take that picture. So if me don't sign you, let's say on January 17th, and then you go sign for another person in February, it clearly shows that you, the individual now you get the problem, that the player or the athletes will go involved. But if we as an association or we as a body or the team fail for do we own part, we allow the player for take we for say we don't understand, then we the team now make us say a system problem. Now you get the issue. Now you come to the FA. Is there a system when FC Cologne they sign a player? Is there a system in place that could where them go send say we've signed Nene today the 5th of so then communicate that to the FA? Already the FA get down in a system, so when they say there is a breach or an issue will come up, they can just go back to that communique and say there was this issue between Nene FC and that of Dakus FC. Dakus communicated the 15th say they don't sign this player, and with this will they go by. This player we go put him on a sanction or we go fine on this, but we go play for this. So until we stop for being make her like a secret society, until we start for do the right thing, then the players then going to take advantage of the situation. But now it's system problem and not just with the players.
All right. Famble, now this is our first video part today on program and we try for attack certain issues them we don't happen in international football and also local football. But the main thing they can talk about now about athletes them well-being and waiting they lead to certain how finance, how welfare can lead to certain decision the way different athletes and different sports and disciplines can they do. But we go come back and continue on this after this break.
Orange Maxit app, they give you more sweet special features we designed for make you life simple. No miss events. Buy tickets for concerts, sports match or any show directly from the app. Enter the marketplace, shop latest products them, check special offer them, and enjoy exclusive deals. If you make mistake on transaction, no worry. The app gets instant reversal feature where they give you control over your money. All the special features, yeah, and more they waits for you inside the app. Download Maxit now and enjoy the full experience. Orange Maxis gets flexible data and voice plans them where go fit you lifestyle. Try the Colat Mini for just 70 Leon and get 2.5 Mbps speed for 7 days. You can need data anytime. Your bundle they give you fast internet anytime you day. For you can prefer customized plan. Your own bundle they make you select the exact data and voice package where you need. Find the best data and voice option now on Maxit. Download the app and stay connected.
Mama, this internet no dey gree make I do me homework. It's too slow.
I no want make you worry. Signature Connect don come na salon. Signature Connect wey na fiber internet and microwave coverage e get, dey na salon now. And e come to make the internet problem done takpata. Signature Connect wey dey na number 92 Regent Road Hill Station don come with package dem wey go sweet you. When you connect, you dey get 3 days free trial for both postpaid and prepaid options. Then package and sweeto, then get 700 for small homes, 900 and then 1,250 for smaller office them and business place them. And set for corporate services them. You dey able use the internet for connect to CCTV camera, laptop and phone and other appliances them where you get na you house or you office. Not forget to Signature Connect. Day for all man. Contacts them na 072 568 290 or 033 233 620.
Are you tired of missing all your online meetings due to unreliable internet? Or are you paying too much for your internet and experiencing low speeds or even struggling with connectivity during video calls, streaming your favorite football match or show? WorldLink Communications Sierra Leone Limited, authorized reseller of Starlink in Sierra Leone, is here for your businesses and enterprises with super fast, unbeatable and affordable speeds here to cater to your needs. At WorldLink, we provide local support anytime, any day. To know more about our services, visit us at our office at 115 Beach Road, Lumley, or contact us on 080 000 111 or 075 000 111 or on our website at sl.wlnet.com. WorldLink Communications, empowering connectivity in Sierra Leone.
From that commercial break there, and in case you just join with, this is not Truth Spot on Truth FM 103.9, Truth Media on Facebook and on YouTube. Mina Nene Fofana. I'm not forget to say you can add your voice to this discussion. You can send in your message to the short code 239, or you can comment on the Facebook and the YouTube page, and we go try for get on the message them and address with you comment. I got with me at the studio Mustafa Dakua, where they call Dakus all the time, when a football commentator and also a sport journalist. And I also got with me Abdullah Fila Conte, when a sports analyst. And today we dey look into the situation of players and welfare and waiting how lack of funding and other things that can influence players them for take certain decision, like for one away we then go for international representation, or we then also for like the institutional signing from one club to another, and boku other things that we look at that. But before that, make we quickly address the issue of the former captain winner Julius Goba. We also been lost in life. We at some points people didn't think it's gonna be the same issue of funding and another thing them welfare. And also we take the recent one when Ganso Bure Ganso when be a player where they play for Mighty Blackpool, and also he play for the incident happened on it training at the national team, will be lead to the accident and will later lead to in death. And we talk about Buenyo more because we be see after the whole incident, a lot of things be go around social media and protests be happen at SLFA Academy from fans them and family of Bure. then go protest. And later we see SLFA make a decision for set up a committee for investigate the matter, waiting lead to Bure in death. On the 27th of November 2025, SLFA then be pulled up press release. They say they don't make a committee. We're going to investigate Bure in death and waiting lead to but it's almost 3 months now. Nothing related to that issue. Nothing they not talk about ever since this committee then set we know hearing nothing concerning the information again. We don't know whether the investigation still they on or they no longer do. I'm waiting to happen, waiting lead to that, because a lot of controversy. The issue of him representing the national team can cause a lot to the FA, because now Leon side they play, now they play for, now they train for where get this. Waiting the national FA go do for protect them players they are so where they come. It can happen to a lot of other players. Them international competitions, them player that they get injury in a training. Then they they see say even if the national team not able to take care of them, but they see them club them in they come for help or they return them back to them club them for go take care. But with Bure issue quite different. The saddest part is that this incident happened between in club and the national team. Then they play a friendly match within in club and the national team, and unfortunately get an accident with a colleague from in club, and that leads to Bure in death. A lot of things then come up around that issue. Them unfortunately we for me get somebody from in close family way for talk, but too bad not able for respond to it. But in subsequent program that we go still get and the committee member the way them be put into this committee we get Mr. Victor Idris Alansana, we are the chairman of that committee there, and we also get Siddiq Din Nyako, we are the vice chairman. We get Joseph Edwin Kanu, we are a member of that committee there. Al-Aji Abubakar S.A. Rahman, we are a member of this committee as well, and we also get now this same committee also Mrs. Victoria Conte, we are a member of the committee. So this committee make up of 5 people them, and then say then they investigate the matter. But Fila, with this whole Bure incident, waiting how you thought about that. Why you think say today I will not get a message about this whole TRW happen? Nothing from the committee, nothing from the FA.
Thank you very much, Nene. First, let me start by making this very clear that players' welfare issue in the country is one of the greatest challenges they would only face for over years in Sierra Leone football. And also, let me just use this opportunity to extend my sympathy to the family of Bure Gansu, to the family of so many names they know called Julius Guba, to the family of host of other players them where we don't lost their lives them due to neglect in terms of welfare. So when you're looking at welfare, you ask yourself, what are some of the things them we involved in getting, a player welfare addressed? Nene, you get to look at medical protection, you get to look at contract issue, you get to look at training equipment that they use, you get to look at post-career planning issues or emergency response them in case anything happens. Yeah. So that brings us now to the issue of Gansu. Gansu get this injury in a friendly match between Mighty Blackpool and that of the national team Leon Stars. When he was representing the national team Leon Star, he get this injury, then take and go police hospital na Kintomdi. Well, JJ now possibly the follow-up with the issue with regards from the FA end. One thing I would say, a lot of things then they will go wrong in the Bure Gansu issue. One, now who's kind medical practitioner that one day? Was he qualified enough for look at Bure, where blood they still come on and innocent, tell you say he's okay to go home.
And I'll be really
the man still where they bleed from his nose, they bleed from him a mouth. Then you as a medical practitioner will understand maybe medicine better. Maybe I just hope that be there and like you say the new one they will adjust this ChatGPT issue of a doctor situation. You let that man they go saying it don't okay, then it starts for gear now prepare doctor treatment. So it quite challenging. JJ be the follow up with the issue. The family as well they follow up with the FA for C. What they can do. According to DJ, he said them want for take Bure for further treatment. Now, for me in that area, I blame Blackpool. I blame both the national team and Blackpool. Because let's say, okay, the doctor from the police hospital don't say this. But Blackpool, una say for understand, say, una say get big people already in places in this country. And I'm pretty sure Blackpool get a lot of medical doctors that really support that team day. Whether the FA don't say them go take care of the ball. If they don't say they not do as waiting and be tell now, una can step in and say, let we try for save this bubble in life. Una take and from that point, una feel say the FA don't stop. Una go with her now to a better hospital facility because Gansu na also don't give life for Blackpool. As well, the national team. If una see say, okay, yes, the doctor and police hospital don't give green light, say the about okay. But the boy they go look game now, football academy day. Now they the day where they get this attack of bleeding, where they happen with them. In fact, they make it they take now other medicines, they now say for cure the pain. Then we can call it acute pain. You talk other very hard drugs them just for let feel better. So I think say, as a nation, we fail the family of that particular young man because if we start for outline welfare issues then I'll tell you this program not go end. Another thing you need to remember again. Remember we get national team players of Obre and that of Christian Coker at a point in time when they play for the national team. There's this accusation of them involving in match fixing.
Yeah.
Now remember, FIFA don't come up and say we've investigated these individuals and we not find them wanting of this particular issue. As an FA, we responsibility now for call on them players here, go to the round table and get this thing sorted out. Because what happen, we don't deprive them from having professional contract. When this thing happen, they always be there way involved with that issue. No club, no side again. Remember, they get families them for feed. They get their own life as well for. And you know, football together, they not get pension. Now, what you make during you playing days, now you entitled to. So I think say as an FA or as a country, Iboku, one of them had this issue. The other day we see even one of the representatives them for Obrewin at the captain, then go and lock the FA with regards to this particular issue get for root match fixing. If FIFA went at the big body, don't investigate this issue and say we not get evidence. Who now be make the accusation? I see the other day former minister Paul Kamara go on television and say yes, FIFA go don't say they don't get evidence. But if he say the body involved, if you think say they involved, where the evidence will you get for say these players were involved in this? And like I tell you, this time issue don't go for more than 5 years now. How do we expect them to fit? It gets to a situation where even Obre, one of him picking and don't big now, where the Obanfan can play for the national team. In Papa, because of waiting and do he said, me no go out for let me picking can represent. Imagine he was the captain of the national team. When they talk again about Julius Goba now be the captain of the national home-based team. So it is, we have so many of these issues out there where I think say, and to get now the new dispensation, and I believe say them go look at all of the issues here, and like you say, the delay on this issue of Ganso in business. For me, I think say not so something for we go beyond even a month for do an investigation on Dandy. But we are calling on the FA now for let them bring a word out and tell we what really happened, would that really go wrong, because people they say that Blackpool get the blame, Blackpool they say that the FA get the blame, the FA they say that the hospital get the blame, the hospital they say that the doctor get the blame. So let's know how we go wrong and how we go try for get and right in subsequent issues. Now, then there's so many laws that they don't put across the game now. But is it effective? Saying, okay, every team when you go to a match, when I forget medical doctor, somebody will get background in medicine.
That's
or
not an old topic on its own because but make Daku's time for looking to and with small amount of time we will also touch into this aspect of the immediate welfare and the training center, the game center, the arena where the games that they play. Dakus with these issues there, so with Ganso in death leading to welfare problem, with also this Christian Coker and that of Obrede issue, it seems similar to the same thing about welfare, looking after the players them as well. Within that you thought about all this surrounding these players, I know only the effects of football players, but now they own more we they know about, now they own popularized, now they own they all over the place. Other athletes and don't they talk about the same thing, they don't they complain from different sports and disciplines they about welfare. And in fact now the athletes are afraid for talk because at the end of the day they're not going to get a national call up, they're not going play again, they go deprive them from a lot of opportunities. So then just they dance to the batter. I'm looking at this whole incident there, so what now you thought towards them?
Well, me go just say no more. They make sports for look like now pour something not to any career path. We don't want the bad in Freetown, Sierra Leone. But civilization don't they come now for letting us see that the world best entertainment within sports. You wake one morning, you make them way very very much good. Of course, something they want touch small, but done so boy. Remember, na be a bread winner for in family. 2 wives and then 3 picking, then it can get this problem with a good skin. And the one pathetic thing about the problem, it is his own teammate. So you see the rivalry from the arguments that making it to the national team, that it is a privilege. So you see now, when you get privilege, me no get the next thing, I'm going to target you. I'm not thinking that you are going as a light for the nation. So the whole thing about a sport, I will tell you, but thanks be to God, then it's time for make them in a way now. When the lights go there at the end of the tunnel, let them make them, because if you see Morocco thinking about hosting a World Cup, an African team, they don't get different perception about sports. Disappointing our athletes. This is not a normal norm, because we think, say, using the sporting space for let you get easy access for travel, for let you go with dogs. That's all them they use them for. But when the athletes then go, they escape, they run away. But the fact remains, if they ignore civilization, they knock at your door. Now the Nations Cup they come. Now what's happen with all the disappointments of a sporting men and sporting women them who don't see that this country. It is this ceremony. I mean, we see outside people and use statements say, I use this for like this franchise, then why I let them also survive in the whole House of Parliament. You understand? Done the best way, now for given case, the best way it can be so. And there was a saying in this country, FIFA say. But now the world is, it didn't have everybody in palm. You understand? Rodney Michael, he was disenfranchised because of election. Rodney Michael go and clear in him. The results come. Blackpool, then deny Blackpool for sure. If Blackpool relegate or they not relegate, who say he go cast? I mean, the media man for a whole Premier League board, when a barrister be there, then go around, they go and say Blackpool relegate. Rodney Michael take the bull step, he go on a cast, then later come where SLFA for pay, but he do one for respect. So the fact remains, sports, we think for open a new page and I think the way other developing nations than they think. But for like then why we don't suffer, because remember, age 17, then pick you for be a legend, then you be a legend, don't need time done. The money where they get during their age and the age 17, 999, this Sierra Leonean athletes them, and everybody can use. We they see athletes them where they go represent Sierra Leone, you say Baba, he naturalized in France because of the mentality, because of the whole. So then deprive athletes them of waiting them forget. But we they think in a positive way now, when you want the way they are the aim of affairs, let them think say this not a game for it go out them any longer. You understand? This not a game for it go out them. We don't see legal practitioners them can take over a whole footballing system, Iraq. And we see the footballing election, everybody was at each other's throats for let you see say, I bring you candle. But if we think positively, we can for think say, let them left, because na salon no more get that talk they say, where's that the talk when they say, drop out. Like football, now they the most intelligent in sports. If you're not intelligent, believe you me, in sports, don't they say drop out now salon. The Chinese don't get that vocabulary. Now only Sierra Leone now. You see a whole educated somebody, they go mention the word. Nobody know they when I drop out. Come on to me, you must get something inside you. And if you say a technical job, you understand? The word technical. If you watch that word, the technical, you don't go say if somebody don't go school, let go do technical job. No. When you say technical, it tell you say highly technical. So we get to take sports serious. We get to see say we get to make we sporting men and women them. But waiting happen in Gansobu in case it tell you say, hey, get Boku teaching. One, it tell you about greed. People in the way take over this bearing. Then allow the one they went before can't oversee the bearing, not oversee. Where police before don't go there and guide. Because this man in family they suffer. I went to that bearing. You understand? Now we go bury him na Congo song. It was pathetic when I watch Imama. Then take Imama again. That poor mommy for go watch. Would that before don't be a breadwinner? We don't want to be pathetic, but everything boils around this same mentality, this same hatredness, where nine they damage we as a nation.
So Dakus, before when we come up, we always say we for land for kill we self for we country. That was the notion we all get. And they died for this country. So the Bure Ganso situation would discourage other people for even put their life on the line for the country, because then go make a reference say, but remember when Bure be the play for Salon, he had an issue. Now forget about Bure. We had the player, another one will be the Lampard, Mahmoud Fona of FC Cologne. I'll tell you, Mahmoud was supposed to make it with that squad for goal. Mahmoud gets an injury where deter him from going with the national team. If he get to a situation where the players then say safe after the match, then contribute some $50, some people $100, say, okay, this money for we don't come, but because of this injury situation, then put that money there and go game. And that man there, as I tell you, it gets massive psychological problems. Even the FC Calon will be there at a point in time, they don't come out, they don't move over now to lower. So I will spend up to 15 or 14 good seasons. We go just say in whole life, a game to FC Calon. But welfare issue is very, very broad. We are hoping that those who don't come take over the mantle of leadership now in terms of football will do better than we do this season. Because there are issues now. You got to do is contract. It's the FA monitoring compliances. What would they say? If you say all club for pay them players, then are you monitoring them? Is there compliance to say when the month's done? You know that's what I'm saying. So
and it's
some players they get 6 months contract. Then they get 8 months, they know they pay them. Now, if they move from one club to another now, the club they sell this player without even paying him, him or her dying money when they be OAM of 7, 8 months. Exactly. So that's why I'm telling you, this is a whole system problem, not just as an individual. It is very broad. Now, when you go to training, are there equipment where the player them for use? I will tell you, I don't go to Premier League teams then training, they don't get standard ball. This is just the fact. I don't see Premier League team they go play Premier League game. Now ginger beer and other stuff they will play another some way play and they take before game. Sure. What I mean by you get stuff of pepper. There's 9 and so you see the damage the damage is just piling up. Of the game. And we they blame the players them yesterday and go play mini leagues them. But I will tell you there are players who don't play league for 4 months, 3 months, they've not seen salary. Yeah. So if you are a small community can give you 2 million, most of them were in the move. They get families, they get partners, they get their own people for taking care of.
We can talk saying a lack of understanding.
It is a broad topic. We find some other programs for discuss.
Yeah, but
bit by bit, we get the breakdown of what really player welfare. I mean, what we think say the FA can do, what we think say the Athletics Association can do. Remember when I was coming up, Edwards now one of the they produced the best runners in this country.
Yeah.
Edwards
and the best athletic sports meeting.
I'm not a student of Edwards. When the first people on our way, then go succeed in Australia. What can happen now? All the athletes are over for to make mark for Sierra Leone. They all left the country and go begin represent the nations then. So it's not only now for the individual. Now the country is safe now in loss. We get to other boy called Benny's. Benny's ready for train. It take from Lomley so it go to Masheka. Now be a distance runner, a marathon runner. If they say na me call him Benny. If they work out them Benny, Kenda can prepare them. That one day, if we be able to make salon get name per marathon business, we neglect our body at the end of the day. Waiting they say them which foods. They don't die, they don't go like dandy. So this
we
situation
really
is very
don't lost
sad,
a lot of
and we are hoping for a change in terms of welfare because this is a salon problem no more anyways. Let me make this clear. It is an African issue.
Yeah.
The other day I was following up with Nigerian so some of them media institution there. As well they talk about Sunday Ulu says them, the Wanko Kanu them, the neglect. You get me. You get some other players them, some other country them way somebody don't play for the country for let go watch the game safe. They say for let go buy tickets. Can you imagine how sad that is? You don't represent the nation. You don't bleed. You sweat. You don't give you blood. And then we come to something where you benefit.
Yeah, it needs a whole teaching.
That's something you forget.
It needs a
so
teaching.
I'm not going to tell him picking now say, hey, when they call the national team, not kill yourself for because of what we've seen in recent time. Now 3 situations that happened to where we've neglected them, and so now you do all that affair anyway.
All right, make we get to a key part. Maybe this will be like a call to the FA, to the athletics union and others in the arenas them of the game. Waiting they happen at the trainings them as well. Waiting at the immediate response to player them where they get an injury or something will look like an injury. Waiting and go do towards that. A couple of times you don't go to different games, then different arena, and they tell you they say even different other sporting institution where somebody feels something or so. Either then go with ice block or cold water or this or that. And not only they happen at the football world, they happen at these various sport there. Yeah, I don't go now other one sporting discipline then training. Somebody get an asthma attack. They don't even get inhaler for EPA. Pass then go understand back then they with and they say waiting this sporting discipline, waiting the Ministry of Sports, waiting the FAs them, the NSA then they do towards them players there. So these players then they don't choose this path, not only for waiting themselves again, but also for for go represent the nation, go out there, represent, raise the flag of the nation. And sports now one way they develop a country. Now that we need for also look at. But with regards to this may be something like in as much as we they call them, but let us also give them recommendation. Make we pretend like say some of them not aware of these things. But I go start with the commentator in the arena all the time. So Dakus, with this thing the way they happen, you don't know a lot of arena, you don't see the incidents here where they talk about where athletes get injury. Instead of them then try for check out know the waiting, the only two way then go put na ice block or some then I just call water safe ice not ready. What you think say na then will need for do for where the FA, the other athletes association, the other sporting disciplines they need for adopt so that we go prevent the issues then. Yeah, so.
In the first place, thank you very much. Now something you pick so we you try for bring attention to the one them we want manage something not to all making profits making. But the fact remains I don't know beaucoup occasion where foot some broke. And the foot it's just natural where foot broke. There is a marrow within the bone where no for exposed on either one out. That marrow the way they inside a bone they automatically the first aid they tell you where there is no doctor for let you foot go get for come back and play football or do the career where they own. And now we are in when you go put them on a stretcher or that foot there, then bandage them with something like stick them for let that fracture there no occur. But look at the goalkeeper, Eastern Tiger goalkeeper. I mean, it be the man where Yelenke where he go get in demise. The most guy where them put her, it was a car where the foot's not for fall. Today he's no longer playing football. You know when you read football safe. Here was a goalkeeper who will be very, very much good. So it tells you the need for see our best. If we are talking about sports, physiotherapist, then they whether one day now for revive defend them, go play back, sometimes defend get sent that. But there are sports doctors. You understand? Where they run, where you they come, just like the match official, but only see how they happen. It's need a teaching wherein the match official go come, say yeah, then they give lines, yeah, then they give red card, yeah, if you behave so, then teach you. You understand? But all of this, nobody no one give nobody. Nobody no one respects nobody. You understand? It is just I am them, I am at them, and then collect everything. But if you watch place like England, everything is well structured. If you are going to be in a sport, when you left, you either be a commentator or they shift you come to the medical side. Not to when it's get something. You understand? It is just where there is no doctor, you will manage situation in that particular foot. But just like I rightly say, as somebody can do. Now, for carry the phone go, the next thing, everybody they can only hate, they turn about, they don't know what's in for do. We don't want them very, very much bad. So it is high time you pick rent here, then call the FA, then see say there is a physiotherapy aspect of this particular profession. Let athletes look like this inter-house sports. You go there, you see whether they load look this Lucozade or something of the sort. They keep picking them. Instantaneously, everybody wants to fatten the pig on the market day. How can you do that in an athletic sports meeting? You understand? One girl, one day, for let the picking come first. If you don't say that, so you no, if I don't get the ability, if I don't get the training, for let you do, or otherwise you go force them. You know, if for them, something happen. And if you go there, now all that happen, now they enter houses as sports. Everybody is chasing this money, doing things, you know, not to the actual way they do them. We don't want the bad to win nation, but it is good. You are picking it. And if you find, let the FA, they say take this now, take note, say, okay, we get physiotherapists. Let's get, you know, the one part you really do, they don't want to bring the media, you know, as where everybody they get everything across the world. We are in, then go get an hour. We are in the physiotherapist as to how you for run and how you run you can force for 100 meters. How you run per 800 meters you can force. You understand? But we are now right across the nation, they are running. But if you go to them place and the people in the photo, you know, where they run 1,500 meters. But international sports, they sound you on medical. Then they put you, if you even call for play football. You understand? But yeah, because of poverty, people just wake and then go to a particular profession and then the next day wait to go in a demise. But the fact remains that something they pick up so that it is good. They even see how best then go develop the physiotherapy aspect, come to the television, come to you people, and then pay for an hour. Then as he say, the FA bring and come, so people bring teachers them. We know about them game here. So they're going to compel people in the school here, the PE teachers them, they all need them teaching here. For let's say it is not just say sports, but sports gets in your medical aspect. We don't want in the band for occur. Let you know occur. You come, you just come because you begin follow my cats. Okay, what are the first solution? If very necessary, you go see commentator, then they provoke say 1 sachet of water. But water in the system, it is very, very much good. Before even coming to the world, it is water. So the fact remains, the need for the CLBS, then they buy airtime, then come, they sensitize people, but everybody is moving to sports because of what is in sport. That is the money. You see the organizers them for the mini leagues, and then you see every day players themselves lack of understanding. If they play out today, before they say 4 o'clock, you don't go play back. Now approve school, before they say how much o'clock, you don't go kenema. You know what you need to tell on your health, but they don't know their advices and they don't know everything. Every day you play football, like the European, if you see play Saturday, he's going to train for all other days, and then you see the day before the match, he gets all the match situation and then teacher. But here, everybody is chasing money. Nobody is thinking about the different expertise in the world of the game, whether one is bad.
Okay, I feel like that could don't give your own contribution to that part. It touched some key part the way we not just go neglect so and look at in terms of the educational aspect. First of all, these people the way they get in as sport administrator, then get the knowledge.
Not at all.
That is the other thing. They ask this question, then get the knowledge.
Not at all.
Then get the practitioner, the therapists, then are the team, the players themselves. Then get the knowledge. People the way they go teach them this thing, do they have the knowledge and all other aspects them? But I'm just giving you your contribution.
So the problem they emanate from a whole lot of things. Them now when you go to standard clubs them across Europe, and let's start with football before going to other. You see that they do what we call medical. When you don't hear the issues then in a salon, say a club design player, then consider the medical. Because during the medical, you get to understand this player get this injury situation, an asthmatic patient, and a player will not eat this food. You get players that even with bones they will get. Players then do not for take them shawarma, not for eat. So that's where everything boils down from. You start to manage the player based on in genetics. But see, what they do, we they treat the players them all. If we see one person get pain, we they give all man Piocan or diclofenac. We know they consider even say something. This person how we call an ulcer, an ulcer patient. Wait till we know no more pain. Now I play the game. That's what I'm telling you. This is the main pain. Now pain medicine this. We give all man. At the end of the day, what happen now? You will get ulcer now. This thing they go beyond now. You go to tell the medicine. I tell you, I don't in a situation where they play. I play football to the one go to the highest level because I play in the playoffs where we then go give him medicines them. One of my colleagues they will get this how they call them wet blood. And they forget that not be pure can not be fit you not be ulcer patient. Imagine now pain way cry now you go end up now for go get something internal issues. So we don't do medical, we don't do other things them way for let we know each and every person in health status. So that's where the problem begins. Because now only by that, even medical doctor then big one now by records then they treat you by. What you see last year, what you see last month, then treat you by, but we not get none of them data than the. So that's why it is the concern is very broad. It's not only on saying the way say the people they come to the game, people are just running to come into the game without having an interest in it for can make that little or whatever. But the game is very broad, not only football, the sports arena. Now very, very broad area where a lot need for be done. When they sign players, them even if we not get everything right, no, that team how they say all of them teams out there in Premier League. They trust me, I'm pretty sure they get one doctor or one pharmacist where they support them teams. Then we bring them people in there on board. If not them basic thing and for self, we know what you can do. The positive yourself. If you not go check yourself, I mean I also a patient too, and I so be the feel or I get pain. We not getting data then they even before we go to national issues. You come to the sports activities, the code that could be the same. How you go take so many milligrams of glucose? You not even measure them. They just take 4 or 5 spoons, put it into water, give picking them of then age and way. Even you the big person self, you get the limitations to how much intake if you do this, how much this you know for drink, this way for take. Yes, Then we go take one picking, he do
5
all-out
events.
relay, he do this
Honestly.
relay, he do that day, he do that day. At
Because
the end
of
of the day, we
fitness.
don't create damage to the person, we don't destroy the individuals and the country as well go lost. So, like I said, Nene, this is very broad, and I'm happy that Truth Media decided to take the lead in this particular conversation. Remember, quite recently we had an issue with an FC Cologne player as well, we be the Waterloo, where they can't train, they can't get issue now, so that's the end of it. Instead die. Now the whole family back door lost the picking, so nothing not come out of it. So we hope that the administrations them where they want football will put more emphasis in valuing the lives and properties of the individuals here, and not only that, they as well the new FA. And they hope that they will get people in place, because it's not about every club forgets medical doctor. It's about compliance. It's about monitoring compliance. We say una for do this. Una get them in place. Is the FA sending people for go watch and see me out in the train? Are you watch you water them? Because even the water, you get standards of water them. We so some people are they will take well water number because now you're available at that time.
Anti-doping
So
the
doping. Now the other day will be the trouble with the issue of these drugs. We don't come around the country. How can we detect? The other day I had a conversation with the director of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Mr. Ibrahim, and I be telling him, say, what team want for they do? Now for let them go all over the country. They can start with the Premier League, come on to the Division 1, let them begin to test for all the players them. So I think that's on the pipeline. I think say the FA for just try to reach them, because that's their own field. And when they reach them and get that kind of communicate or understanding, then go start from one club, then put out the findings or whatever they get from them, and other clubs them go to follow suit. And I think say by doing that, we go to get it right small, because the NDLA then gets doctors the way they check. We're going to know about doping, we're going to know about drugs, things them, and then go even give this knowledge for teach people what they say. Certain drugs, because some of them are we cannot blame them. Like what
What's
say,
about
it's the
overhype?
education issue. The education issue with them.
Only
They don't
under
know
17.
certain of them drugs are very harmful to them. So you self get for tell and say, no, this pain medicine is not good for you. You get for avoid them. This is not good, because even the drugs that they say, walk in the go around and say, hey, not take them. Now it gets to a point where the Ministry of Health get for ban some. Now people think, okay, this is bad now. But because there be painkiller tablet before this time. So it's about misuse. Some body will take them.
We accumulate.
They attack waiting. It's
Doping.
so yeah, we hope that the NDLE will get this year going with partner with the FA for let me get this area of doping right. Let me get this area of health issues right, so that the sports business will develop in the country.
What about the overage? Like when they say under 70, who they care under 23, don't then go pull their house.
It's a whole different level. But why now a key issue, but it's part of welfare as well, because what we they do for manage the young talents them, so that when time reach we go get the right age them for go represent in the right competition.
So
but from where and small, how do they
Senegal,
manage this?
Morocco, and some other nations that are across Africa, the reason why they are doing well now, when they have the under-20 team, if they go play a competition, that team they go to semis or final, they will maintain those boys. Then will get trainings either 1 time per month or for maintain them. That's one of the problems Sierra Leone had. Remember, we get the under-20 boys, they will go to the grand final of
Finland.
Of whatever. The problem for let them pay them first. Can you imagine these boys? I'm just here. Them will go to the finals. For them even pay them their own money where them we plant them. We not do them. So every time we can salon, if now under 17 we don't go do
that story.
We scatter
then a camp, just like waiting and pick up. So then a camp, they don't make up with their cousins them and the auntie them. Then they lost a camp. You understand? One person hold them back camp.
That also relates.
Let's forget about that now. Let's talk about the recent one.
If these players are
remember
being taken care of,
the moment they batch. I talk about the moment they batch
Yeah.
now. We then go to this recent batch. We go do well to Momo. I wait and come now to. Remember they do very well, but when they come, we take happen back. Then mono for pay them. We not pay them about them. The about them wait say pass when they can go to media back. That's what I'm saying. We'll come always with the disband as we come on as them to disband. If not at least 10 or 15 of them, we go to manage them. Say, okay, this they progress from under 17 to the under 20. They don't get an experience.
No, feel like,
when you're waiting at the team,
feel like there is a gap.
We'll change this. Tomorrow, we'll bring this. So it's about a lot of them. Yeah, you go good, but when it comes to international representation, you don't get some amount of experience. Somebody like you good say that could know where you go put at today for play international game. you see nothing
No,
of
it
that
ain't
kind of,
teaching. It ain't teaching.
you know,
But the
so
fact
it's
remain.
about education, it's about emphasis on a whole lot of things then for develop the game further in the country.
It's a lot. And,
Yeah.
and managing we player then
Yeah.
are very important because if we don't manage then there will be no game where we go love.
The country will
And
lose.
we all know
And the
say
country will
sports,
lose.
we all know the unity where sports they bring together to people them. So if this one the way that they call we whether they play the game so that we go come and unite, we all go come speak the same language, we know they take care of them. They're waiting go happen. Make we try for giving quick recommendations them so that we go end the program for today. Dakus, I go also begin with you. Waiting you want to recommend to the sporting disciplines them for me they help for maintain we athletes them and keep them in good shape.
Well, in the first place, let them see how best them education. When I say education, not to play something. So in the first place, we no get for consider sports as a sport for drop out. That's not the first thing first. And for the FA, they for provide trainings for all the facets where you help for outline wherein you get from the athletes and to again at the facility. If you watch, you go to government, it tell you say it give you so much money as a subvention to the NSA and all that. Well, where is the facility? And some of them facilities here were there now, internationally, standardized to international norm. So now then it's for bring and come to then standard and they will be very, very much good. And this is all about getting personnel them. Let them go and do football just like a project, do athletics just like a project, and do all because if you have 40 sporting discipline, and you don't highlight things them way it absent, that's not the hard fact of the story. You don't highlight things them way at least go be an auxiliary for CCS with sporting men and women them get what it takes. So training in all what you don't outline. So bringing a physiotherapist, we well trained, and this machine where Senegal and Morocco we then get so that if you say you now 15 years of age, no cheating, no day, they're not going to beat the time by sending me on board them for go join that squad day. We then go pull them off. Don't then pitch win at the competition and pull we out of the competition. So if we get all that in here, the quite highlights and so where people and they understand things by its context, bring people them, they see say in anything what we do, education of that particular and give respect to people them we know the area and they one like in the case of Gansobu, we see say there is a sport because if you hear about sports science, it is good that you know that there is a sports doctor. Let them manufacture one. Or they write a project or we able to get one because we are a British subject, we don't want to go help we. Then the other areas them they come, they see say we fortify the area and they respect people them not to one off where they will come put them cause in there begin gear anything where they feel for give. Then we take them as an real expatriate area and we get water go there around them. This thing happen inside Ghana. Ghana all the sporting discipline them. Then bring expatriates them, then be the do any kind of a funny way, but today the Ghanaians they know say when they say P is a subject to people and pay attention to, not to just you say lawyer or a doctor. You understand? When they say P and when they say P, it will be an ideal P where we are in, it could be very, very much good. But today, if you see them talk about sports, waiting somebody they say, then the facts themselves, we know provide mechanism. We are in the picking and not the facts. So waiting me they for talk education and as you break and down so in all then specialized area and they then bring people them, they see say then cater for them take other well wishers Sierra Leoneans them we go come under the people here learn and see say inter athletic sports meeting not a team winner one off on a child's play. It is going to be supervised, well organized, even for the side of the military, even for the side for the police, even for the side for the they see say all ends here cut across their institution here, then we begin get them right. But if we just the cinema say SLFA get a lot and a lot for do for actually develop this game, let people know look and say sports not just one off or football, not just with the user for political purpose, forget at the helm of affairs. No, let them take and say it make a nation develop.
All right. Fila.
Thank you very much, Nene. I think Dakus don't really hit on a lot of things. I'm hoping that there will be this coordination between the NSA, the Ministry of Sport, the Sierra Leone Football Association, the Sierra Leone Athletics Association, and all these other sporting disciplines. Then go to the round table, and also, like I said just now, invite the NDLE. Now I'd already make mention of the individual, the director of, I think, drug or whatever, Ibrahim Dugbawede, now the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. He's willing, he has the idea, he wants for as well come into sports, elect sports. So if he feels saying I wait and for let's say contribute, then go to the round table, get a discussion, very educative one, and then give them the opportunity because that's their own field. Then can look out for doping, then can first start the process by giving an education issue to them, but they are waiting into sports business, then drugs here, then this not necessary, take them. Yes, so we move from there now, and if we can get doctors or family system or whatever, we're not training qualified people around them, respective club or sports people there, so we would advise. If now one say for each club, it would be nice. If the FA as well able to get that kind, one then get the person, then set up a forum where the person would educate them on a daily basis, then get individual and would pass them down to them, team them or then young people that would deal with them. Now a good thing as well. And I'm hoping that because the FA now not sits properly, the new FA will just take over. One go say they not sit down fine 8. But with the hope that some of them things how they discuss in the various radio and TV programs, they are going to be considered. Then we'll look at them because it's very important. We don't forget the situation again. We get under 20, under 17 players them for go do the MRI scan. We then go the best of the players them 10, then pull them. We have to go replace them back, and we know to make anyway in them competitions then they. So we hope that there will be this coordination, there will be collaboration. We will benefit the country and also even the individuals then because now when the individual they in best form, now go will deliver for the country. And so let's look at sports as one very viable area and not like that could say now for just idolize them, now for drop out them or waiting. We don't go beyond that point. We don't say sport they create opportunity for thousands of youths them. It create job opportunities for a whole lot of other people and people they benefit. They don't they sell the water self, where they go watch game, they don't they sell the soft drink them. Economically themselves they get benefit out of sports. We don't see the entire them pull out and they print them communities them, where they print jerseys them, they sell more than 20 or 30 million. Then they economically is very viable. Then community and they don't use them only there as well for develop water well at the community them. Some forget community center. When are from football all the way come out. Also, me I know for just generally speak on football. That's why I'm saying it's for all sports and disciplines. Let we get coordination. Let we try to do things the right way. When things are being done the right way, the club then will be benefit, the country will benefit, the community will benefit, the individual will benefit. And so that's what we're hoping for. And we hope that the sports business at the country will grow than this. And players' welfare will be considered to be something very pivotal. Something where we think, say, we really, really need for look at. All other issues really done. We can spend a week or so for look at them and bring out facts them from them. We're not going to say for go old person now. But let's just say this now how we be go wrong. This area will be go wrong. That for subsequent time, we're going to say we need for learn from this. We need for move away from this. And then we will get on right now the country.
All right. Plenty thank you to me get there. Just like what then they say, these players and these athletes, them, then now they bring it together, now they play the game. And the performance is important, but we therefore look beyond the performance as well. We get for look to the health, we get for look out for keep them, we get for look out for help them. So in future, people themselves go admire and say, because of this sport, I want to come into this game. Because of this, they get involved into this. So it's a whole lot of things and time no go permit for make we look into boku in there. But I want to say plenty thank you to Una the viewers that we done there with we where we start this program and to me guest them plenty thank you for where they don't give in their own views and opinion about this year. And we don't do a national call out to the sport administrators they made and try and see and look at ways them how we for protect we athletes them for develop sport for create job. Thousands of youths them involved into sport. Every community sport people then every community they play sport. The schools then they do sports. Kids then they into football and athletics and many other sports there. Make we focus and try for be there. We know say it's difficult. The country not reach that stage yet in terms of resources, but it begins small. Now it start with education, it start with small practice them, and with time we get we go get to that point where we go say, yes, we try forget the, even the best people they practice and then still they get the blunders, but it begins somewhere until they get to that level there. So when I thank you for today, and Good Sport they come to you again tomorrow at the same time. So till then, and they mean and then and bye bye.
No matter you thrive or you kind, we can make it a better place. So play the game, share the love, let them know say we get what we want.
Unity, love, and peace on the field. One ball, one love, one goal. Even if the team different, but the aim in the game not the same. Let peace play a role.
Make we race with glass and toast for the gift of life. Connect to the power, bring peace alive. The only race, not the human race. Running to the finish is a victory. Anytime we align.